Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. Thank you for joining me today. This is the cute birthday card we're making. It's this lovely Seascape card, and you can see we have here the waves in two different colours, and we have here our little birdie on top of our little logs, etc. And this is actually a card we made in June Card Club. I host both an online card club in my Facebook group, but also I've started in-person classes in Lincoln, UK. So if you're in the Lincolnshire area in Lincoln and you want to attend card club, I'd love to see you there and craft with you. You can find all the details about my classes and clubs on my website. You'll find the link in the description box below. So this is the stamp set we're going to use. It's called Waves of Inspiration, and we're going to be using the happy birthday, the little birdie, all sorts here. So let's start off with our big wave. Now I have it set up in my Stamparatus. I know the Stamparatus is no longer current, but I have it and I want to use it, and I don't have a block big enough for my wave up here, so we're using it. And I'm just going to ink up with my first colour, which is Balmy Blue. I'm going to give it a really nice ink, because it's quite a detailed stamp set and you just want to make sure you get all of that inked up. So, and then I'm going to take my blending brush that you can see here, and this is one of my little mini blending brushes, and just along the edge here where I don't want a harsh line, I'm just going to take it and blend some of the ink. I can rather ink again than have a harsh line. Okay, and we're going to go down, push it all the way, and there we've got our first part of our wave. I just want to, there we go, that's the rest of our wave like that. Isn't that pretty? So let's close up our Balmy Blue ink, and I'm going to bring in my simple chamois so I can clean my stamp, because we're going to use it again. So just sorry about the squeak. There we go, all nice and clean. I'm just going to use a microfiber cloth to dry that off. And now I'm going to put my stamp back on, but I'm going to offset it slightly. So I'm going to raise it slightly, raise it up and move it slightly to the right. Okay, just a little bit. Something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And you see I've just kept my piece of paper in my Stamparatus using some post-it note tape. Okay. And again, I'm just going to use my blending brush around the edges here, so I don't get these harsh lines, hopefully too much. But we are going to do something to help disguise that. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And we are going to cut off a little bit on either side, so don't worry about that, it doesn't fit the whole card. So we're going to take this out of our Stamparatus, set that aside for now. Found a spare piece of basic white, so let's just put down our image here and then bring in some basic grey ink. Ink that up, down here. That will actually do. I don't need to do it again. That's lovely. Clean up again. And now we're going to stamp our little sentiment. So we can move this out the way, bring this back. It should be nice and dry now. Just going to put that there. And we're going to use the sentiment here that says Happy Birthday. So get that out. And when I've got the Stamparatus, I'm just going to use it again. Try and get it as straight as you can. That will do. Basic grey ink. There we go. Happy birthday. And now we're going to put the Stamparatus away, so let's clean that up quickly. Take this out, and just going to put this out of harm's way. We'll bring back our stamp set, and we have in here a tiny little birdie, this little one here, just really, really small. And we're just going to use a small block and basic grey again ink. I know I keep opening and closing it, but I tend to always close it after I've used it, so nothing can by mistake fall in it. Just the way I am. And then I'm just going to stamp some birds. Remember, we are going to cut the panel down, so that I think will be enough. We can always add more, but we can't take away, so let's leave it at that for now. And bring in our trimmer, and we're just going to cut this panel down while we think about it. And I'm going to cut off this section here on the right. So we're going to cut some of that birdie off, but that's perfectly fine. I'm going to cut off some of the section here. That's fine too. And then I am going to do a little bit of trim, just a bit of a trim along the bottom as well, like that. So that's what we've got left. Okay. Now that doesn't look half bad on its own, but I do want to deepen up some of this colour. So I'm going to go back to my balmy blue and my blending brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of ink and I'm just going to go over where I've stamped here. And as you can see, it just fills in some of this white area, which I didn't like. I know it's the swell of the waves, but I just felt it needed a little bit more colour to it. Just like that. And then I am going to go in with my darker colour, which is Azure Afternoon. Don't know if I ever said that there was Azure Afternoon, but it is. Maybe I said Pacific Point by mistake, because I haven't moved across in my head to the new colours, but it's actually Azure Afternoon. And I'm just going to deepen up places. Like that. Okay. And then next thing we're going to do is we're going to die cut our, our little fella here, or girl, whatever it is. And we're going to use the matching dies, and these are the waves dies. So this is this piece, so we're going to just put that through the die cutting machine and I'll be back. Okay, so I've cut out my little piece here and I've put some dimensionals on the back. So we're ready to assemble our card. So let's bring in our card base, and our card base is basic grey, the standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then I've got a piece here of basic white that measures 14.35 centimetres by 10. I'm just going to stick this on the inside, which is great. Just like that. And then we're going to take our stamped panel. I'm going to stick this on the front. Just trying to center it as much as possible. Like that. And then we've got a little piece here, and it's just a very basic card. You could add some rhinestones if you wanted to, but I really didn't feel like it for this card. So I'm going to put this on the edge here. Just like that. Which is great. I think I want to add one more bird. So I'm going to bring back my, whoops, ink. Yeah. Sometimes you don't know when to stop. But that will be enough, as good as a feast. Okay, so there are two little cards using the Waves of Inspiration stamp and die set to create this fun seascape. I hope you like it. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you wanted more information about the project, the measurements, the supply list, etc., it's all on the blog post on my website. And the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.